Lord Shin, the king of fires.
Pleasure to meet you. Please take your seats.
A big round of applause to Lord Shinri in gratitude.
Lord Shinri, there's a difference between that and the past.
What is the difference? You become an archangel. After becoming a true person.
There is a gap. There are those two persons first and then became archangels. Those who became archangels and then became true persons. And those who became true persons from being angels, it is all like that. But then even that, you have to go after becoming an archangel. Right? Yes. Changes a bit at the awards ceremony. You understand a little, right? But at the awards ceremony, when you go to the awards ceremony, you have to return. You have to return it. Yeah. You always speak of province. There's no word of province. When I speak, what did I do? What kind of moment?
When the name Louis is mentioned in the Bible, you must always keep this in mind. Young King Kigal in mind. You know Louis, right?
Yes. Then there is also someone who is the opposite of Lucy. There is also a person named Lot. Right?
Then you have to study everything that is related. Lucy is a woman and Lot is a man. Lot belongs to the Lotte family and is likely connected to the Lotte group. He is probably
Related to things like Miss Lot. He is Abraham's nephew. You know.
That right? Lot is Abraham's nephew.
This is Naomi's daughter-in-law. Her husband is Boaz. She didn't
have Boaz as a husband from the beginning, did she?
Right.
Husband because she had a good heart.
Her husband followed her mother-in-law. As he followed her, he said, your mother-in-law's God is my God. Your mother-in-law's kingdom is my kingdom. I will serve you until I die. Then he followed her.
Right? So what blessing did this person receive? She met a groom named Boaz. She met a rich man. The woman who had thrown empty ears of grain was said to have become an ear of barley. So this is Naomi. Boaz and Lou on the cross. Then Boaz supports her like this. There are 3 people here too. 3 people are attached to the cross.
It means these 2 people are close to the cross.
So what do they give? Boaz will come.
So she meets this husband named Boaz, and these 3 become one. And what do? They
bow down there. So
it is a situation where 3 people are bowing down to the cross and praying. You understand?
So the important thing here is, what character is this? It is the character for, you know it, at least. The
important thing here is this. Seeds are sown. In the autumn, sprouts appear.
In the winter. Wait.
That is correct.
And harvesting takes place in spring and early summer. What is this? Harvesting in the summer. You can just leave out the early part. It is something that is harvested in the summer.
What is this? When are seeds sown?
In the spring.
This is the opposite. You
saw seeds in the spring and
harvest in the autumn, but the other ones sow seeds in the autumn.
Opposite.
This one does the harvest in the autumn. So it does well in the summer, right? Isn't that right? Is this the opposite or not? It is the opposite.
Opposite.
It is the opposite, I mean. What I am showing you is This woman named Louise was very poor.
Autumn.
No. Yes, in the autumn there was nothing. Others harvest, you know.
But did Louise have anything to harvest? No? She had nothing?
But in the autumn, she used her heart well. She had a kind heart and sowed spiritual seeds in the autumn. Right? She nurtured them in the winter. And then she harvested.
So she does it backwards. Backwards. So the other side is spring, summer, and autumn. This one is autumn, winter, and summer. Is it backwards or not?
Yes. It is autumn, winter, and summer.
This one is spring.
Summer, autumn. Right?
Then why are they opposite to each other like this? You understand, right? This is Rossi.
This is Lucy. Lucy is a girl who gathers stones.
Lot is in a land where red honey flows. It looks like a nice place, doesn't it?
When Abraham and Lot left their homeland and country together, Abraham and Lot left their home. As they were
leaving, Lot looked over there and saw a land with red honey flowing, and over here was a poisonous area. But Abraham asked his nephew, "Where do you want to go?" Lot replied, "If you go east, I will go west. I will go. You decide."
Abraham said that. No. So what did the robot without lines say?
I want to go to that area where the honey is, where the scenery is beautiful, where there is lots of grass, and where there is fertile land. What region?
Where is the region Lot chose?
Sodom, Sodom. He said, "I will go to the region of Sodom." Sodom was a very good place with red honey flowing. So Abraham said, "Go ahead. Then if you go east, I will go west. Then if you go west, I will go east." No, east. Lot replied, "Since you want to go east, I must go to the mountainous region." So Abraham goes to the mountainous region.
Yes, his nephew to be in a better place. Right? But when the nephew goes to a good place, what seasons come? What seasons come?
Summer, autumn. It's all very good. It's all rice, you know.
So this man ends up becoming like a beast.
What comes after he becomes like a beast? A beast gets caught up in debauchery. Oh, really? Isn't that right? Debauchery inevitably gets caught up in debauchery, and Lot falls into sin.
Yes, he.
Falls, and later Lot's wife doesn't listen to the angel's words and dies. She becomes a pillar of noise. Only Lo
survives. Then what did Lo realize? He went to a
good place flowing with milk and honey, ate well and lived well, but then he fell into sin. Isn't that right? Lost all his children and forgot everything. If only Lo had been spared. His wife
eventually turned into a stone statue, and that is how it turned out.
What this means is that Naomi is living on barley rice. This person said they were going to eat rice, so what happened? To the later years, they
became a beggar. This person became a beggar and later became rich. Is there a difference? Yes. To like rice? Like rice in this world, will there be heaven in the next? No, there isn't. If you're like rice in this world, live in a good environment, come from a family, when no one gets angry and your husband doesn't bother you, then your chances of going to heaven later are. But if you go around having fun and working hard, you won't be able to go to heaven. Do you understand? So if you want to succeed in anything in this world, then you end up doing the same thing. You end up doing the same thing. You end up going to the gates of hell later and performing a ritual. Huh? Do you understand? I'm keeping it brief. I've said this so many times already. Do you understand? I said you were knocking on the gates of hell. But when you go to the gates of hell, there are hundreds of billions of people standing in line. If everyone just wants to get in, it's chaos. Right. Isn't that right? But is there a gate in front of heaven?
No, there isn't.
The door has been left open at all times, but not a single one has come.
All right. Isn't that so? Understand, right? There's no one who wants to go?
It is a narrow, narrow path. It is a narrow gate. There is no one to go. There is.
No one going through it. You understand, right?
So, Lot is barley, Lot Arif. Lot is salvage. You must understand this. You understand, right?
So regarding Abraham's nephew and the path to Abraham, where does Abraham go? He goes into the land of evil, doesn't he? It's the land of evil. He goes there to shepherd his flock and raise that large family, living slowly and with difficulty. So he's similar to Lot, isn't he?
Such a place, there is no fear of falling into corruption.
Understand, right? There is no fear of corruption, yet he intends to eat white rice from the very beginning, like this. Those who have eaten too much think young people gamble and invest, acting like they have a disease of money. What mindset should young people have? If you make plans, like I'm going to buy an apartment in my 30s and do this and that, you aren't a normal person. Normal person thinks I should live in a new room for a long time. The house isn't the important thing. It's about what I'm going to do with my life. I have to do something that will allow me to succeed in the future. Anyone who competes with others right now to buy a house, quickly counting when they bought it and how much wealth they have, at what age is Lot?
Right? Isn't that right?
I'm saying you have to live like Lot.
Yes.
No matter how much.
I live in a new room. I will live honestly and honorably. I have nothing to brag about to my friends. No, sir, right? If you do that, you'll have nothing left to brag about when you get old. If you try to brag when you're young, shouldering shoulders with friends and saying you're more successful, that person is on the only path to jail, like selling company secrets and technology to China, right? Isn't that right?
Gambling, fraud.
Docs, becoming a debtor. That is how it all ends. You absolutely must not stand shoulder to shoulder with your friends, thinking I'm ahead, so I bought an apartment at 30. What are you going to do with that money?
Understand, right? You use it to boast and be arrogant. Understand? You use it for arrogance. That is absolutely not. So what is arrogance the vanguard of? Ruin. It is the vanguard of ruin. Arrogance is the vanguard of ruin. Then what is humility? It is the vanguard of success. Then what is devotion the vanguard of? Public, yes.
What is devotion the vanguard of? Those who know you can't give them level 10 items. Talking nonsense about going, but
Bagon goes if he is blessed. You go with Meng Pai if you are blessed, right?
You have all become true masters?
Success is service.
What is humility the vanguard of the success?
Success the
What did I say? Humility is the sacred peak of? The sacred peak. Success.
oh my goodness.
Humility is the vanguard of success. It means you can succeed at anything.
But after humility comes devotion. What is devotion?
It's righteousness.
Level 10 points. Go into the whole group. Righteous means obedience. Humility is the
Vanguard of obedience.
got it? Obedience. You must be humble to obey.
Yes. Lot humble? No.
Now, does this Lot not humble?
He does. Humble?
Lot showed arrogance toward his uncle. Uncle, please go over. That place is good, isn't it? I am young, so shouldn't I suffer a little to become a proper person? Is this acceptable? It must be. Uncle, you choose first. Choose the 3,000 first. Is that right? You have a large family, you are older than me. And if you choose the good place first, I will go with the rest. Is this right or wrong? Doesn't this make you forget he's
Arrogant?
what happens to that person? Later, everything goes to ruin. Completely ruined. Right? Which place would you choose?
Sodom? Sodom. You know what Sodom means in English? Yeah. I shouldn't be beating this up. I need to be quiet when speaking. Sodomi, S-O-D. S-Somi. So, M-S-O-D-M.
Domi, D-S-O, Dom. It's been so long. Sodomi is
Homosexuality.
English, Somi is homosexuality. Translate this Sodomi into other English or Korean, it's homosexuality.
So it means Sodom is homosexuality. What happened there? What happened in that Sodom that they want only Sodomites to live there? Only Sodomites. Homosexuals are called Sodom in English.
So a neighborhood where only Sodomites live, hey? People took this and created only Sodomites. They are homosexuals. Men from the neighborhood come to a house where there is a daughter, kick the daughter out. Kick the daughter out. And what is it? They want the male guest who came over. It is like men coming over, saying a male guest has come to the house and we're pounced on him, intending to gang rape him. That is the city of Sodom.
Understand? That is why Lot was arrogant.
Because of his arrogance, Lot eventually caused all the homosexuals to become homosexuals.
That is the English word for Sodom.
So because of the city of Sodom, they took the English word Sodom and changed it to homosexual when creating the English word. What do you mean? It means it is a place that is that depraved. It was because they were greedy, trying to succeed at first. If I have graduated from university, I should live in a new room for 10 years and gain experience. And you have to make a long-term plan. Yes. I mean, right? That is how you meet a smart woman. You can meet a woman who is properly grounded. Those who just pack up spam and try to bring in a good woman struggling like that fall into the hands of a devil.
Later, they end up experiencing hell. Understood? You have to
live in a new room for at least 10 years. You probably don't quite understand what I'm saying. You understand, right? So what produced this sodomite was rice.
Sowing sprouts in the spring, farming in the summer, and harvesting in the autumn. Doesn't this seem like the correct model of nature? Amen.
Those who chose this, those who chose the stars. Are the ones who succeeded quickly?
Yes, they.
Are the ones who become penniless and suffer when they get old. You
Understand.
You must always suffer like Lot when you are young. You must not be like Lot. It says that when you are young like Lot, you must first keep the righteousness of his kingdom. In the Bible, when we say to keep the righteousness of his kingdom, first, what did it call his? Obedience.
Got it? Righteousness means obedience. Understand, right? So what is obedience?
Righteousness.
Righteous obedience, what did I ask her? Devotion, obedience. Devotion is keeping Pharaoh's righteousness. Got it?
Is that obedience? After devotion comes order. What is order?
Order. Order of heaven.
What is order? It goes into the order of righteousness. Understood? What does order fall into?
Righteousness.
Publicness. Order is called righteousness. Amen. First it says to keep the righteousness of his kingdom. That righteousness is not private righteousness, it is public. Heavenly righteousness. Understand, righteousness that is
Edifying to everyone, it is
not like Sodom where only my house was edifying.
good for Uncle Abraham and good for me. Do you
Understand, you have to
keep that kind of righteousness, but did you choose only your own private self and go? So everything in the world falls under the category of righteousness. You have to do it, but what is the first priority? What is humility?
Success.
keep saying success, success.
Must be humble to succeed.
Second is devotion. obedience. Third is order. Order is righteousness. That is why order is established by righteousness. Understood? Order that is not righteousness is not important. Understood? If public righteousness is private, like online this.
Well, first, so I'll pass the bounty or on board this airplane first. Does that mean it's okay to attack? Right? As those public institutions uphold maritime order, and from the perspective of heaven, you should understand that there is no law within that order that heaven has not intervened in. You must obey his law to obey heaven's law. Law. Understood. This is what it's. Therefore, you must keep in mind the three things: success, obedience, and righteousness. What is that verse? Do you understand? There's order even in drinking water.
That is correct.
So while there is the legal order of the state, there is also order within every one of our hearts. Regarding where you should go, Uncle, you should decide first. You should say, I will follow your will. That is how it should be, not saying, I will go here. Isn't that right? Uncle has made a concession, hasn't he? Then the nephew should say, Uncle, you are old and have a large family, so you should go to a good place. If I go to a bad place and it is difficult, I can always come find you later. That is how it should be. Right. That is how it should be. But Uncle says you choose the good place. I told him choose first. So he said, Uncle, choose first. Should I yield or not?
To an old man.
Father, isn't it the same for me? Did he succeed by kicking off to where he liked?
It didn't work. You have to.
Look at this carefully. Why am I talking about the way of life of Louis and Laud? Everyone, this is extremely important no matter how much pastors teach the Bible, they don't teach you what is truly yours.
Understood?
This is the ultimate art of living.
Understood?
So on the cross, Naomi is on the left and Louis is on the right.
But Lot appeared underneath. Louis appeared over there and firmly supported him and him.
It's these three people. The three of them are offering a sacrifice. That is the barley. Why is that? Barley grows in the cold winter. But these guys die in the cold winter.
Yes.
And who has the strongest life force?
This one has the strongest. That is why we need to start a new life.
Right? One that grew up in a greenhouse-like environment can never build up the household. After you return, you must be kept in check. As long as you are alive, you have to suffer. Kids, you
Understand, right? That is why.
I am using Lot and Lot to explain this to you today without getting into complicated details. So what kind of mindset did Lot have? Lot had such a bad mindset. Lot's mind, you probably won't have such thoughts anymore, but mind, a person's mind, Stop. That's not it. Now, Lot's mind was, Janohak? This is extremely bad. It means he was obsessed with going around only for fun in his youth. Being immersed only in drinking and gambling is called Jeon Muhak. Understood? Such a person is bound to become a Cupid in the world person. He will inevitably end up indebted to others when he gets old. Do you know what? Amen. It means he becomes like water. So, what happens to someone who was obsessed with going around only for fun? In their youth, when they get old, they become someone who is indebted to others. That is exactly what I was talking about earlier as a robot.
This is what a robot is. Understand?
Yes.
Lot caught the ball when he was young.
You didn't.
Go around much, did you?
Yes, Lot was active when he was young. So this person's education was heavily focused on playing around. What happens to someone like that later on? They end up living off others. So whether it's help from the state or whatever, they always have to rely on others. Understood? That's why we don't listen to anything the elders say about things like this.
Understood?
Then who should we live like? Like Lot.
First, Lot kept his promise to his kingdom.
What did you say to your mother-in-law? Your husband is dead and my husband is dead too. Now that there are only women left in our house, I am going back to my hometown. I will return to Bethlehem, so you go back to your hometown.
Go. Mother-in-law is old, and I
Have to support her. Where else would I go? No matter what I do, I will feed and support you. She followed, didn't she? That man is the one who kept his promise to his kingdom first. Is that right?
Yes.
That is why he ended up with a fate opposite to Lot's.
angel appeared. He saw it.
Isaac was dying, but that man looked intently at Louis Nuis. He watched. So he scattered ideals in that rice paddy. He
So it stars ideals and barley ideals. He
left that much of the field untouched, even when the stars were gone. You have to leave that behind with pears. If it's just cold, people can't just take it. So he scattered the harvested barley there. You carefully watched the woman's reaction, so Louis could take it. Right, isn't that right? So he gave her ideals to feed and save her life, and while watching that, he became a benefactor. He met that truly good angel. So the point is that we must do good deeds for others and seek out hardship when we are young.
Understood?
Yes.
Is
There anyone who has suffered as much while young as a god? Even if it's suffering. If I don't go hungry, I feel like a human being. Wherever you go. Isn't it like that? Think about it. Since no one drank a single glass of alcohol, you go hungry and suffer like that, and every time you study, they take away your pencil. They take away your book. They take away your notebooks. Even though I didn't have the money to buy a new one, for someone who had to go to school tomorrow, you threw their bag into the water, tore it up and threw it into the furnace, and then slapped them in the face to make their nose bleed. Even though I got beaten, I didn't hold a grudge until the very end. So when we are young, we must seek out hardship for glory to come later. You guys understood? That is why you must not complain. So what we talked about today was rice and barley.
rice and barley. Understood? So you shouldn't like rice.
You have to think about barley. Understood? It's very easy to remember. Right. Choose barley. The person who chose to give ears of grain, and the person who thought of the star that is good for farming where the enemy and honeycokes are different, right? Right, that is why their names are different, Luke and Ross.
Yes. Very easy for you to remember. I will
Ask you again in a few days.
Okay. I will ask you one question today, and once you finish the question, I will give you a level 10 creation.
What should I ask? I have to ask something. What are the 3 things heaven likes best for a backwash? Everyone, enter level 1.5. Next, I have to ask something you guys don't really know. This seems too easy, though. The fastest way to get from here to America is to...
Receive a divine blessing. I'm sorry.
Thinking. Thinking.
Always scared when I teach you guys like this. If you
Go with a pretty lover, time goes the fastest. You know what I mean. No matter how fast you go, try traveling to America with a pretty lover. Do you even have time? The whole thing just gets done.
Really? Isn't that right?
But that, what if you go with your father, then time goes a little slower. Oh, really? Isn't that right? Your father would be like, hey, go over there and get this. Bring that. Hey, bring some water. But I thought you guys wouldn't be able to guess it. Just assume you got it right and enter level 1. I'm not making it difficult. Just so I don't give you a level, am I... It's a very easy question, something you know from common sense, since your lover is by your side, time changes, becomes...
Kairos time. You know what I mean, right? But
What happens when you guys step into the role of a delivery driver? It becomes cross time. You get...
chased by time.
extremely chased by time. Then, when you get home and see your daughter, if she calls out, Dad, just once, you go back.
To Kairos time. All the need for that time vanishes completely.
That can happen.
That is why we need to have Kairos time. We need to have cross time. Not forget Kairos time. You have to think of your daughter while delivering packages. Even while driving, right? Isn't that right? Hey, hurry up with this, my daughter's waiting, so I need to get going quickly. You have to do it like that, right? Then, will the time spent driving past quickly, or won't it be boring?
Imagine your daughter sitting in the driver's seat.
Right.
Isn't that right? So the time will pass well.
Therefore, those who feel bored do so because they lack love. As long as love is by your side, there's nothing boring in the world.
No matter how late a plane takes, you like it.
Right? Isn't that right? It transcends time. You didn't know that.
Did you? I have a question to ask, but suddenly I can't quite remember it. Who went up Mount Sinai with Moses? Us? Out of all those people who came out of Egypt, only 2 of them went up Mount Sinai with Moses.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Aaron is the older brother, right?
Aaron doesn't go up with him. I mean, would Moses like an older brother? Well, he uses an older brother when he needs someone to act as a shield. I don't know. Joshua, just one person, level 10. Go in! Got it? Joshua is the one who accompanied Moses when he went up Mount Sinai to meet God. Got it?
Moses couldn't enter the land of Canaan, but Joshua did.
Got it. I asked a very simple question, and you still don't know. Got it? I'm teaching you just one really interesting story from 2 years ago. From 2 years ago.
That's what's really good. Got it?
Now, even if you can't read the complicated Bible, you can see everything.
Right? Now, who is Adam's 10th descendant? Noah. Forgotten again. Noah's 10th descendant. Abraham. Abraham's 10th lineage. Bosa's 10th lineage. Uzziah. 10th lineage. Abiong's 10th lineage. Jesus. Understood?
As it flows on like that, who is between Abiong and Jesus? Yeah.
Lot is there. There is Boaz.
There is Naomi, and he appears there. Understood?
So,
Jesus is very close to me. I mean, my grandmother right above me. She is Louis.
understood?
So it is good for you to know the history of Israel roughly. I won't teach it in a complicated way. Just how should you memorize it?
No, Bosaya. Bosaya.
You understand, right?
Not Noah, but Noah.
I mean, Abraham comes after Noah, so it becomes Noah.
Noah? Boss, yes.
When speaking the Gyeongsang dialect, they always add the character old at the end. Isn't that right? It's like this. So abosi yes. Then here, na abosu yisi. Come out here and look. That's what I mean. Abosi yes. When memorizing something like this, you have to go straight through the beginning. Chopodu.
Understand, right? Noah Bosui, right?
Then Adam, Noah, right?
Noah. Right. Abraham. Yes. Bosa. Yes. Yusabi.
Jesus, it goes down like this. So this is Noah Bosui. Ano Abos Bousa. Yeah, Mosye. Got it? It's fun, right? Finish by saying something like, because my time is short and the yellow card is coming up. Questions asked on Sundays. Questions are asked on the first day of the week, but they say there are a lot of people watching this morning.
Fun, right?
Yes.
Teaching you all very simply.
Yes.
This is not a religion.
I am telling you a little story about the lineage in the past regarding the arrival of the newcomer. Understood? Now even the scriptures have been defeated and everything has been defeated because I have come. Understood? But you don't even know that and are working hard right now.
Understand, right?
Now that I have come, it is complete. It is. You understand, right? About 1,000. 2 persons appeared this time, didn't they?
Many true persons appeared. Among them, there are some who haven't become one.
Then tell only those people to try being an angel. Angel, am I a true person? If they try this and say no, then that person isn't one, but they have become almost 99%. Specifically from heaven. I said this before, didn't I? That another miracle would come after Gangcheonsu.
Yes. Remember?
I said that. Miracle of Gangcheonsu would come, but that wouldn't be the end. I said another miracle would come. Suddenly, all of you meet as true persons in Bangkok. Is this a miracle? Or not? It isn't. It is a miracle. Even I don't know who's become a true person, but it is almost 99%. And also, the son, grandson, and daughter-in-law have all become true persons.
And the father, mother, grandfather, and grandmother have all become true persons. Isn't that
Wonderful.
I understand. You do, right? Ask on Sunday.
Is that all?
And Shiri, I will offer a song to you again today. First, Kimpo, I will offer Kim Yoon-ju's Angel, longing in every heart.
Everyone, I wonder what this person will look like when they stand on this stage 30 years from now. I have to support them. 30 years from now, just being able to stand here right now is a miracle, everyone. Oh, and being able to sing is also a miracle. In 30 years, your intestines will be shriveled up. It'll be hard to even bend your back.
Right? How old are you now?
It'd be better to commit suicide and find enlightenment. So let's say you are 50 now. Later, in about 30 or 40 years, it will probably be like that. So you have to sing a lot right now. Then, as you get older, you might actually become younger.
Yes. Understand, right? Then I might give you such a gift again someday.
What kind of gift I might give you through the generations? No, I already gave you a big gift this time. I mean, such miracles exist. Later, what kind of miracle will the White Palace give you? It's the heavenly water. It's the White Palace stone. They performed a miracle with the White Palace stone first, then the mineral water. After the light water came, they're making everyone into a true person this time. Wouldn't a miracle like that come? If you suddenly become younger, then I'll be the only one.
Try to have that expectation this time. It's
What is it? Is there anything wrong with getting younger? It's good. Right? So I hope this person remains young. Even 40 years from now. The reason I mentioned that a moment ago is that cherry blossoms last for a day. Just one day. They last for a day, but the tree, the cherry blossom tree, waits for a year to make the petals before the flower blooms. Isn't that right, I tell you?
Sucks up water for a whole year, waiting only for the day the flower will bloom. That spring day. That is how the flower falls. Once it blooms, it must fall in just one day.
What I mean, right? Our lives are like a year of effort falling in a single day. Parents raised us with such devotion, but that time, called youth, is so short, huh? Date and do things like that, get married, and after a few more marriages, 60 years just pass, and the petals fall again. It is a huge mistake to place your hopes on such a fleeting life. In the next world, there is heaven, which has made you true sages,
there, watching over you right now.
So it takes you a year to become a cherry blossom. It is so hard for us to succeed, but if we make a mistake and fall, we are kicked out in an instant. High-ranking people, like a president, are suddenly getting sentenced to decades in prison.
That's right, isn't it? Amen.
It is incredibly difficult to rise up like this, but you fall in the blink of an eye. That is your life. You see, the decay of the body happens in an instant. The moment you catch your breath, it starts rotting right away. Right?
So if you can't get rid of it quickly or do it fast, it's a disaster. Right?
So our lives are just like that. We keep going like this, and the moment we die, even though it takes a year to make a single cherry blossom, the petals fall in just one day, and that one day is 100 years.
Fast, isn't it?
Very fast. That is why you must not take heaven lightly right now. If you take heaven lightly, you will be in for a rude awakening.
I said you would live. During the time of punishment later, didn't I? Yes. You go. You people who
receive crowns of thorns during the time of the dead, and those who go to punishment end up inside a pit, inside a pig's head as animals. There's a tremendous difference. You can never take off that robe. What about that pig's head? Since they give you that garbage broth, you eat it, and it reminds you of the meals you used to eat when those humans were around. You have to live infinitely with a pig's head.
good.
No.
So when I say things like this, you have to engrave them deep into your heart bones and head.
What did you say? Oh, what about Lucan or Lot? Then
That person won't do. Oh, since you're going to heaven anyway, you should be 4 times higher. All right? So when I take what they say as truth, it is good for you to be grateful and listen.
understood.
You are the eternal flowers of the white palace, the white But the cherry blossoms on earth last only one day. There is only
Day. Understood?
I will upload another song. This time, I will upload the Soulstar poem Jump and the Angel Hashim.
This is the Archangel, the one receiving it. This is wrong.
Yes.
This is the Archangel cast, yes.
Uploading just the first verse.
woman going ahead is the woman from the entire story. She is a woman. Looking at her, the most beautiful thing in the world is when she was young. This is the beautiful thing. This is it. Yo, no. The person that looks like a big flame isn't the main character of the aftermath, nor is the main character of the blue lineage. I am the one carrying the frame. I said I carried the frame. Axios in front of me. And I was behind, carrying the frame. An older sister from my neighborhood was getting married, and I followed her carrying the frame. It was a bit of a shamanistic ritual. There was more luggage than that. It was quite a lot. Then something. And what you saw earlier riding the palanquin is the wedding. It is a wedding, but it is a
Family relocation? It is a relocation. It means being completely cut off from the family.
It is different from getting married now. Back then, once you got married, you went to that neighborhood and could never leave again. Family that raised you on this side completely just takes one child more than money and leaves. Take a few things with you, and there is no reason to ever come back to this family again, because there are so many ancestral rights. Even if you go over there, there are many rights and a lot of work. Since there can't be a single person out of the house for even a moment, coming back to your parents' home is impossible. You might be able to come when you are a child, though. When you're pregnant, you can visit your parents' house to give birth. But even that is incredibly cumbersome. You have to follow them like that. Also, there aren't many people who get married within the same neighborhood. They always come from another village, from a neighboring one. So since they have to take a boat or something, they always have to carry a heavy load on their backs when they come to their parents. Find to a house. But women aren't allowed to carry it, so I was the one carrying it and following them around. Oh, right. But coming back is scary. I'm coming alone right now. I'm coming.
Alone, and I have to?
Take a boat and cross the mountain again. There are so many wild animals. We eat there, and when we come back in the evening, it's dark. It's pitch black, and the sound of animals biting comes out everywhere. I was just a young elementary school student. I used to carry that A-frame carrier and follow those women a lot when they got married. It was really hard coming back at night, but I would still come home with a book that wasn't scary. Looking at this, those childhood memories come back to me exactly as they were. Follow behind the person who would praise me and treat me well. That was me. In front, I would whine and cry as I went. Oh my goodness. Once you got married, you would just cut ties with this family, with your father and mother. Wow, these are truly good times now, right? That is why in the past the bond was so deep and precious, since it was hard to see them, they cherished them. Because there was so much affection. The bond between aunts and mothers, the bond between siblings was incredibly strong. In those days, if someone was your aunt's son, they were closer than even biological parents. They were closer than uncle and nephew were.
Their siblings were closer.
It should have better.
Understand, right?
That was because in those days it was difficult for mothers to meet each other. They marry over here and over, so when aunts and their children meet, they form a very strong bond. These are maternal cousins. You all need to know from now on that maternal cousins are very close to one another. There are no aunts or paternal aunts. Yes. Once one appears, there are
No uncles either. There are.
no relatives at all. So when you get old, you just sit in your room, there are no relatives. To attend weddings or anything like that, my children will be like that. Now, what do your children have? When they get old, they just sit in their rooms. Even if they go out, there's no one they know. There really isn't a single one.
That kind of era is coming.
That is why even now, elderly people raise their children and leave, so they don't look for their fathers. They don't even give out their phone numbers. So even now, there are old men just sitting in their rooms, going to the city to get a meal, eating whatever we give them, and in the evenings just sitting there blankly, waiting for the Lunar New Year. When the New Year comes, they wonder if the blood deer will come, if anyone will show up. It's a miracle, if even one gets visits a year. That's right, it's that lonely. But everyone, if you eat the sky ball, it's not bad. Look at the sky, I'm there. No me. Like that, swaying back and forth. It's not boring, isn't it? Just poke me in the side. It's not boring, is it? But imagine if there were no sky ball. If you just sit inside the house, go to the city, and go to the city, who looks at you? If you don't have money, nobody looks at you. We have to a little money for an old man like me to follow you around. We have to at least eat some rice soup together. So as you get older like that, the heat of high-speed travel is approaching. Do you understand? But do our jinns have anything like that? If you come to this guy, everyone is a friend. Everyone just finds it fun. If someone who goes to the sky ball says they don't know about the mineral water, it's a lie. If someone who runs around the skyball says they don't know Barrack Bonsack, that would be a lie. That thing is a spy. Right? So if you come one day, there is water. You get full just by drinking water. You know, they give out noodles down there. The time will come when we give you food after. I'm going to give it to you if you tell them. I'm about 4 days a week. We give it here too, but I think we need a future bro. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, they don't really So you don't have to worry about the sky ball or sleeping. That's all that matters, right? Why do people who are alone just stay cooped up at home, right?
Just need to stop coming and going here. You understand, right?
Okay.
This time, I will offer the friendship of the 1,000 women of Jungkook, the Lord of Hero Island. I offer only 1 point.
The song needs to be somewhat similar to the melody. It's difficult if the song and the melody are completely different. The first verse is a free choice song, and the second verse is a designated song. Watch very carefully. It hasn't been long since I started singing. Yeah. When I was in school, I carried an A-frame carrier, chopped wood, jumped into fires, and had my hands tangled. You mentioned that you did that over there, right? You said that. Perhaps a friend next to you could speak, and the teacher could convey that sorrow to others. I wondered if God would sing to express that sorrow. So I tried learning. My voice is good, isn't it? The way I sing is just like a singer. But when I was on the podium, the teacher would split my clothes from behind the platform. You know the platform. When I was giving an oratory, before I went up, the teacher called over one of the kids from my class and swapped clothes with them. I'm telling you the clothes. Yes, his were all clean. He completely stripped me of my clothes and put them on me. The teacher did that. So I went up. So I came in first place. You get it, right? So while I was walking, I slammed my hand on the table, and the character for Teapot flew off. Was the character for Water Kettle. But I never imagined the character for Water Rat would fly off. I was slamming the table while doing it, talking about how people are obsessed with pleasure, gambling, and money grubbers. I slammed my hand right at that part, and the kettle popped up. The character for Water Rat dug downwards and landed on the head of the National Assembly. Congressman was sitting underneath it. I think it was election time. He was saying, "This is our young man," and that's why I was sitting there. That congressman wasn't sitting alone. They were all sitting in a row, and he was sitting right in the middle, towards the podium. So he fell and got drenched. And who is that person? He is the younger brother of the LG Group chairman. Me and the biological younger brother of Chairman Kuin.
So isn't that quite strange? He is the
grandfather of the Presbyterian Church right now. Back then, Chairman Kuin's younger brother was a man named Gu Chior, a 9. Pyong, approx. 30 shoemaker.
And the 98th...
Yes, our Jinju National Assembly member was the 98th. Was it the 98th? But that Mr. 98th was a high-ranking figure in the Republican Party at the time. He came and sat in the auditorium at our Chisu Elementary School.
So the character owner fell off. And it was a huge scandal. Interesting, isn't it? Yes. Oh.
So the rumors in the neighborhood, I mean, since the head of the National Assembly had the character owner fallen off, it wasn't a normal thing. Oh my, well, regarding the Chebo, that Gu, that man, is the youngest of the 5 brothers of the Chebo Gu in the youngest. Among the brothers, there were only a few who were in politics, but there was only one person in the family who was in the 98th. Just one person. The rest were all businessmen, but that one person did politics. He served in the National Assembly under President Park of the Republican Party. So the LG Group had only one politician and no one else. It's
interesting, isn't it?
That's right. When I was dealing with Bjorn, I just beat up the youngest brother of that chairman. It's funny, isn't it? But when he went up wearing new clothes, there was nothing missing in his eyes. Those people told us we absolutely shouldn't give Kyungri new clothes, but when he went up wearing them, there was simply nothing missing in his eyes. Oh. That was amazing. They were saying, Kyungye, you definitely take after your father. I don't have that specific thing of my father's, but they say I was such a good speaker. He was 1.85 meters tall, and they say he was the most handsome man in the country. They say if you look him straight in the eye, anyone just walks away. So everyone who saw my father's eyes told me that story so much when I was little that it was almost blinding. They said that even on the darkest night when my father appeared, everyone around him would recognize him. They say people couldn't recognize other fathers in the dark, but when my father appeared, everyone would just go, oh my God, that's it. My father was a handsome man. His eyes and nose were so striking that anyone who looked at them would have rejected him. That is why my mother met my father as the 26th person on her 26th ship. Because our family was so prominent, the final choice made, after considering all those factors, was my mother. You get it, right? It's interesting, isn't it? No. So I wore nice clothes once for an elocution, but I always wore ragged clothes. Oh, this is funny.
Now Shimining's report, the rain. Myeongdong.
Street. Is it the raining Myeongdong Street? The title is, oh, it's raining. Now, just then, rain started again. Perfect. You have to listen to this quickly right now. This is a song sung when he was 29, since he sings quite well. Beho's East C is the most common one, right? Yes. There was one thing the person who made this video failed at. What could it be? I'll give 10 trillion won to anyone who knows. No one can think of one. You watched the video well, right? But you have to identify the problem. What was the issue?
Does anyone know?
You just stupidly watch the song and scroll through the video.
The video needs to be in black and white. Failed because it was in color. Color doesn't match rain. It's just like that, isn't it?
When the song Rain comes on, it has to be in black and white. Would you like it if the Miari Tears Hill of our Danjang were rendered with a blade? It feels realistic because it comes out in black and white. Listen to this and let's take a look at the fish already in Danjang. What I'm showing you is that there are things that should come out in color and things that need to come out in black and white. This Myeongdong Street, the Myeongdong Street of Rain, has its charm when it comes out in black and white. You know.
What I mean, even when I'm
holding hands with someone, it looks cool only when it comes out in black and white. If it's rendered with this, are people so much? Since it comes out in black and white, all the photos look. These are photos taken by the US military. Singers collected these photos and made this really well. This Mia Repass is something young people haven't experienced. Or should view as an educational tool. Look at the
civilians right now. It's...
And there are more civilians than Carmen civilians. How could anyone get? And if you waited endlessly, there were only a few trains on it. They must have been... Because most of them just walked and starved, causing such chaos. So during that time, it was tremendous. 10 times more civilians died than soldiers since... More civilians died than soldiers. Not just from gunshot wounds on the battlefield. It is a monumental event. That is why this was not a war, but an incident. It was an event organ.
By heaven.
Nevertheless, while the US, the Soviet Union, and China were all vying for inclusion in the UN, and the Soviet Union was stubbornly insisting on including China. China and the Communist Party of China couldn't vote. The Communist Party of China didn't have the right to vote. Who voted? Free China, under the rule of Jiang Xi, held a vote and cast a yes vote. The Soviet Union and Communist China staged protests against being excluded from the UN Permanent Assembly, but failed to do so, which is how the Communist Army came to our war. If the Communist Army had made that decision, how could the country have been communized in just a few days? One knows why the soldiers arrived so quickly. That is why it is called a miracle. How could an army enter a country of 6 armies in just a few days? As a result, everyone just died because the Communist Army was coming down in large numbers. The Communist Army was trying to cross Mount Baekdu, but the Communist Army had already rushed over. You understand? So they beheaded McCard. The US president told McCard that he would not listen to the president and that he would invade China. McCard had done that. Would it be okay for the Communist Army to invade China? At that time, China was not recognized as a government. Mao Zedong recognized the Chinese government as a government, but since it wasn't a member, Taiwan was. Later, Taiwan was expelled and China joined the UN in 1967 or so, while Taiwan was kicked out. That happened in the 1950s, right? At that time, the Free States were permanent members of the UN Security Council. Tired of China within the Free States. However, during the war, Communist China was somewhat suppressing the Free States as Communist China's capabilities and territory expanded. The Soviet Union insisted that Communist China should join the Council, but not Free China. They staged protests, and as a result, Communist China couldn't join, and the vote couldn't be cast. They didn't vote because they were protesting. It wasn't that Ambassador Makokov couldn't come. They protested and rejected the motion, and it ended up being an abstention. Since it was an abstention, what happened? It passed because the Free States voted for it at that time. Do you
Understand?
So Communist China joined the UN. They became a permanent member of the Security Council, while Taiwan was sidelined and kicked out of the UN. So after saving our country, the free nation was abandoned. It's
Unbelievable. If they'd acted just...
a little bit less and exercised their authority sooner, China would have joined the UN, wouldn't it? So could our country have escaped the war? We couldn't. There isn't a single American soldier here. What happened? The North Korean government took over. It was quite a precarious situation, wasn't it? But because I was born in Seoul, this whole situation occurred. That is why this is called an incident. So I know how much those women over there, my mother for instance, suffered. My mother's evacuation journey was 1,000 miles. She went from Seoul to Jeonju. These people went as far as Busan or stopped somewhere like Daejeon along the way. But my mother had to go all the way to Jeonju.
How far is that? She went all the way to Jeonju.
So she went there and then turned back. She was completely exhausted. You understand? As you go, you pass through such grim conditions and you see so many people dying in the midst of that war. You meet the Soviet army, go a little further, then meet the Chinese Communist army, and as you go further, the US military appears. As the US military appears, and you go further, the North Korean army appears. And after passing the North Korean army, the military keeps changing. You get it all the way to Bujin. Right?
That is why I am
creating a sphere of the sky here right now, and I am making 10 million acquaintances for you all. You understand, right? No.
black and white table is much better, isn't it? That is why Beho's Myeongdong isn't good in color either.
I ask you about that, but no one knows. Still, I will consider it finished and give you levels. Okay. Level 5. Go in. For those of you who came today, despite the rain, do you like me a lot?
You like me even when I'm wrong.
But wait, what do you do if you don't know the fastest way to get to America? Someone said that if you go with your heart, it's fast, but it's not that kind of heart. If you go on a trip with a pretty girl by your side, like going to Hawaii or Waikiki Beach, the slower time seems, the...
Fashlius? No, there isn't.
Yes?
There isn't?
I don't know the answer. Oh, come on. That's why when a man and a woman first start dating, time flies by like lightning. That can happen. Then, if you are with a newcomer in the sky, does time pass quickly? It does. Yes. Time to go to heaven comes back in a flash. You just keep doing, it just flies by quickly, right? It's just fun. So, you understand how to turn time into Kairos time, right? Yes. You must always have joy. I meet a newcomer. Then tomorrow or the day after, I'll have a singing show with another newcomer and try singing something. I'll try to make the newcomer do something. Let's see the creator for sure. If you go like that, time flies. If you practice singing like that, time will pass quickly. Then when that day comes, when they arrive, hey, if I sing right here, they'll be glued to the screen. It's fun, isn't it? This is exactly the same as riding an ice machine with your lover.
Time flies, doesn't it?
What is boring? Bored. If there is time for a marital argument, why don't we practice singing? Isn't it so? I lift the bridge of agreement for sunrise.
Beautiful house inside the
Do you see the flying saucer at the end? What kind of flying saucer is that? Dimensional travel. Dimensional travel is not a continent-traveling flying saucer. It appears instantly and disappears instantly. Understand?
So you can see a regular flying saucer just flying away, right? Right? Like this. This one isn't like that. As soon as it gets off the roof, it vanishes.
Understand? It arrived over there in just 1 second. Amazing it?
So science can't even explain this to you? Even if I tried to explain to you why it works that way, You wouldn't understand.
Understand? That plug has energy, right? That thing is alive, too. Those are angels. The plug only moves vigorously when that group of angels is moving.
Then as soon as it does, it stops. It's
Peculiar, isn't it?
This isn't a regular camera recording, it's a CCTV. Yes.
But the nutty tree...
Next to it, this looks like a nutty tree. The one next to it, though.
To the right of the centipede, it looks like that tree. Has tremendous energy. It's emitting a lot of light right now, isn't it? Yes, it's pitch black over there.
But the fact that it emits light like that means you can't create it like that. Fake. Watch when it moves. Try moving it. Slightly. It moves. Turn it on.
When the flying saucer appears, you have to stop right away. You have to
Stop abruptly when the red thing comes out. Turn down the
music.
When the flying saucer appears, bang time, stop. It moves in a different shape, doesn't it? Over there, moves. Where did it be? Right. The red light turns on only when it comes above my room. Yes. And as soon as I get on, that light turns off. Now look, now my spirit, I've climbed aboard. Proceed a little. It
Turns off, right? We've arrived at the
white sky. It's
really fast, isn't it?
so in that one second, it vanishes into thin air, doesn't it? It vanishes, and you can just see the light, and it's moving around. The angels are moving so fast, no one can manipulate or create that, no matter how powerful the AI is, it can't do it. Down there, the angels are moving around in the shape of a royal throne. That is an incredibly powerful angel. Just as performing the true mantra in the white sky for you, this place moves back and forth like this every day. It moves back and forth, but there are the strategists of Israel, the US CIA, and various others. Because of that, you need to understand it slowly.
So you've roughly understood it little by little through this constant display, right?
Amen. Humans shouldn't challenge this technology. If you rush in trying to understand it, you'll be in big trouble.
Understood?
Now, we will begin today's worship service. In the name of God, Hail Kyungyoung, I command the angels who offered songs today, the angels who entered today, the angels who could not come even after paying the counseling fee, the angels who registered and were appointed to the Council of Justice, and the families and ancestors of the angels to enter and sleep as level 2, Jung. By the record of God, I command the angels watching you two right now, their families, and their ancestors to enter as level 2, Cheonwangmu. In the name of God, Hail Kyungyoung, regarding the blessings, the 100 nation nameplates, the construction offerings, the angels who came bearing a new identity, their families, and their ancestors to enter as level 3 Jamu. God is giving you physical worship.
I gave a lot, but this is hardly anything. Enter as level 1.5 to the angels who came to heaven today, their families, and their ancestors. Enter as level 3 Iokmu to the angels watching YouTube, their families, and their ancestors. Since you came like this, even though it is raining today, I
am giving you my belly as a bonus.
Enter as level 3 Jungwoo to the angels who came to heaven today, their families, and their ancestors.